than 3 decades, it has showcased figure skating's greatest names. Through the years, some 240 international champions have taken to the ice to perform, producing unforgettable images and vivid memories, even for the sport's most celebrated superstars.
Probably one of the most amazing nights of my life was on this tour in '88. When they introduced me at the opening, I thought the roof was going to come off. It was one of the most memorable moments in my career.
Now, more memories are about to be made as the tradition of champions on ice continues with the greatest lineup of skaters on tour today. A celebration of skating, led by the names that have defined their sport and continue to take it to a higher level. The 1999 edition of this Champions on Ice Tour pays a visit to an area that is home to one of the world's great natural wonders, Niagara Falls, among the most popular tourist attractions in North America. And it is just about 17 miles from where we are in Buffalo, New York, as we welcome you inside Marine Midland Arena. Along with Peggy Fleming and Dick Button, I'm Terry Gannon, getting set for the final figure skating show of the season here on ABC Sports.
She's a national champion and world bronze medalist, Nicole Bobek.
And we get underway with the 1995 U.S. champion.
How nice to see her back on the ice after such a series of injuries and problems, physical problems that she's had over the winter. Great to have her back.
She's a spectacular performer. She loves the crowd. She's skating to a Blondie medley.
She has a wonderful smile, doesn't she?
Oh, she's great.
illusion because you almost feel now she has it, now she doesn't. But it's an illusion because she always has it right.
But you often have that feeling when Nicole is on the ice. Somehow she lights up the building, though. Only been back on the ice in 4 weeks after having some scar tissue removed, and that's why we didn't see her, for example, at the national championships this year. And then when you watch her perform, you miss her being there even more. And up next here in Buffalo, the world bronze medalist and proud papa, 22-year-old Michael Weiss.
Say hi to everybody at home. Say, I love you. Mwah. 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 I love you all.
When you reflect on the recent figure skating season, it was Michael Weiss who carried the banner for U.S. men's skating. He won his first U.S. national title after 2 years as a silver medalist. Then the 22-year-old from Fairfax, Virginia made the trip to Helsinki, Finland to compete at the World Championships. Few thought he could stand on the podium, but Weiss captured the bronze.
I had said all year that I really wanted to make each thing a stepping stone, and I wanted the World Championships to be at the top of that ladder. And it was. You know, I built all year. Each competition got a little bit better and better. The national championships, you know, being the U.S. champion gave me that confidence going into Worlds, and you know, I produced my best performances at the World Championships.
He is the current United States national champion and world bronze medalist, Michael Weiss.
And right now, a special flashback look at Dick Button as he took the ice in 1948 to compete at the Olympics. This is what he looked like, right? Actually, this is Michael Weiss skating to KC in the Sunshine Band.
Now, Dick, don't get jealous of all that hair.
Listen, I'm going to talk to both of you later.
Michael's quite a dancer. He looks like he has a lot of fun doing this number.
A world bronze medalist now and a whole lot of confidence when he takes the ice.
Certainly securing those jumps a lot better, isn't he?
Yes.
Steady and very complete.
An hour a day, 5 days a week. He bench presses 300 pounds and leg presses 1,000 pounds. That's a nice, relaxed, fun number to do on a long tour like this.
Yeah, but how do you do all those triple jumps and a backflip with 2 pounds of gold around your neck? That's what I want to know. The current U.S. men's champion and world bronze medalist, Michael Weiss. Meanwhile, backstage, it's a virtual health club. Brian Boitano and Michelle Kwan chatting about the day's events while Michelle does time on the treadmill. And Elvis Stojko, the 3-time world champion, pumping some iron.
I'm warmed up, man.
Guess that's how he got to become the king.
They are the current Olympic pairs gold medalists. From Russia, Oksana and Artur Dmitriev.
The reigning Olympic champions in pairs. Oksana Kazakova and Artur Dmitriev of Russia. And he's got another gold medal with a former partner to boot.
And the music written by a neighbor of mine, Bart Howard. Fly me to the moon.
Let me play
Mr. Sinatra
among the stars.
with the vocals.
Let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. In other words, hold my hand. In other words, baby, kiss me. Fill my heart with song and let me sing forevermore. You are all I long for, all I worship and adore. In other words, please be true. In other words, I love you.
I love this entrance, the way he lifts her into that, never setting her down, and then throws her.
They do that with such ease and comfort.
You are all I long for, all I worship and adore. In other words, please be true.
And this layout position, the star, the swing around, the back parallel, and then that move around, that sort of kick kind of lift, just spectacular.
I love you.
Very nice. He just asked her if he ever missed her at that very last catch there. They're a wonderful couple. They really have such a good time, and they've gotten so loose with their skating that you enjoy watching it tremendously.
Think Frank Sinatra would approve of their interpretation, huh?
Indeed, I do.
The reigning Olympic champions, Oksana Kazakova and Artur Dmitriev. Well, the gold medal moments for those here in Buffalo, of course, include those of Todd Eldredge. What a decade it's been for him. 5 national titles, and of course his crowning achievement when he won the World Championship in 1996 in Edmonton, Canada.
The one thing that really stands out in my mind about winning Worlds would be standing on the podium and listening to the anthem. It's something that everybody dreams about, doing at the World Championships or the Olympics, and to have that opportunity to do that, at least once was fantastic.
His finest moment shared with his mother, Ruth. What a moment. Todd will take the ice when we come back.
He's a five-time national champion and the 1996 world champion, Todd Eldredge.
The world champion from '96, Todd Eldredge, taking the ice here in Buffalo.
Skating to Pity the Child by Colm Wilkinson.
And he has such understated command of the audience and his technique.
Taking my comfort there. Up in my room, I planned my conquest on my own, never asked for a helping hand. No one would understand. I never asked the pair who fought me love, just in case they said no. Pity the child who has ambition, knows what he wants to do, knows that he never fit the system others expect him to. Pity the child who knew his parents, saw their faults, saw their love down before his eyes. Pity the child that was. He never asked, did I cause your distress? Just in case they said yes. When I was 12, my father...
Nice triple axel.
Left with a whimper, not worth a shout. Who better watch? I thought this would bring. Though she had left closer together, she made her move on move and he crawled away. I was the last the woman told. She never let her bed get cold. Someone moved in, I shut my door. Someone to treat her just the same way as before. I took the road of least resistance. I had my game to play. I had the skill and more the hunger. Easy to get away.
As well as a jumper. Look at the centering of this spin and the pull of this back scratch.
But not forever, not if he stays that way. He can get all he ever wants if he's prepared to pay.
He's such a competent skater, has all the elements of both jumping and spinning, as well as a really nice command of his performance and his. He doesn't. Nothing is extra. There's no extra moves. Everything is very steady.
Along with his world title, 5 national titles. To Todd Eldredge's credit, only 2 men have ever won more. Roger Turner and the man sitting alongside us, Mr. Dick Butt. As they race for a purse of $1 million at Pimlico.
They are 5-time United States National Dance Champions, Elizabeth Punsalan and Jared Swallow.
Well, if you weren't around for the 70s or don't remember them for one reason or another, here's a reminder. Liz Punsalan and Jared Swallow, the 5-time U.S. champions, bringing back Sonny and Cher.
And they went all out for these costumes. Down to the bell-bottom pants, the long hair. For both of them.
Drums keep pounding a rhythm to the brain. La-da-da-da-dee, la-da-da-da-da. Charleston was once the rage. History has turned a page.
I think the audience really relates to this music. They're all clapping along.
The miniskirts, the current thing. Goes on. The beat goes on. Drums keep pounding a rhythm to the brain. La-da-da-da-dee, la-da-da-da-da. And the beat goes on. Yes, the beat goes on. And the beat goes on. And the beat goes on. Goes on.
Traffic violation. Separate the hippies.
I can only imagine that's exactly what Peggy Fleming looked like back in her hippie days out in California during the 70s.
Actually, I did wear bell-bottom pants.
Did you?
Yeah.
What do you mean? She still looks like that.
And still wears bell-bottoms once in a while.
They're coming back.
I got you. I got you. I got flowers in the spring. I got you. You wear my ring. And when I'm sad, you're a clown. And if I could stay, always around. Let them say your hair's too long. I don't care. You, I can go wrong. Then put your little hand in mine. There ain't no hill or mountain we can't climb. Babe, I got you, babe. I got you, babe. I got you, hold my hand. I got you, understand. I got you, walk with me. I got you, talk with me. I got you, kiss goodnight. I got you, to hold beside. I got you, come on and roll. I got you, love me so. I got you,
What a fun number. A lot of good memories of those times.
Well, they have such fun with each other. You know, it's a happy marriage and a happy skating partnership.
Married since 1993. Liz Punsalan and Jared Swallow of the U.S. And we'll switch gears when we come back, take you over to the men's side. Elvis Stojko, the two-time Olympic silver medalist, done lifting weights. He's going to take to the ice and perform. Right after this message and a word from our ABC station. Year has been anything but smooth for Elvis Stojko as he's tried to come back from a severe groin injury. He placed second at the '98 Olympics, of course, and then a fourth place at the recent World Championships has left him contemplating his future.
I'm at a crossroads where I could now, on how I feel, I can either skate, do pro, I can either do amateur. I can even move on if I wanted to, you know, and do something else. And that's how I feel. And it's a scary feeling, but it's a good feeling, knowing that you're not entrapped by something that you've done all your life. The choices are always mine. So when I know that, then the freedom and the door is open so I can choose whatever direction I want to go.
He's our two-time Olympic silver medalist and three-time world champion. From Canada, Elvis Stojko.
Just like his namesake, when he enters the building, the intensity is taken up a notch. The three-time world champion, Elvis Stojko.
And the music is What I Like About You by the Romantics.
Well, he already has the crowd with him. Real fun number. Elvis has remarkable dedication, and he's also a remarkable performer.
He is.
I think this performing quality kind of comes with the name, Elvis.
It's natural.
Jumper, isn't he?
They talk about hang time in other sports. He defines it in figure skating, doesn't he?
Absolutely.
This audience just screaming.
Look at the speed that he has when he does these moves.
That was great.
Wow.
From the moment he stepped on the ice, he had this audience.
You see, these audiences really want to be entertained. They like these skaters. They love them. They want them to do well. And when they do, you get this kind of a response.
The front row came prepared. And now everyone on their feet. Elvis Stojko of Canada.
They are the current world professional dance champions, Maya Usova and Yevgeny Platov.
A brand new ice dancing team and a celebrated one at that. Maya Usova, the '93 world champion. Yevgeny Platov, a two-time Olympic champion. And they are undefeated in their first season together.
And they're skating to When You Come Into My Life.
me a smile, a piece of your heart.
After their celebrated breakup with their respective partners, they formed this pair, this couple, and have done so well in the professional world, winning the World Professional Championships earlier this year.
3 for 3 so far this year.
I've been waiting for. When last in a kiss, a moment in time, forever young, just forever, just forever. In love, when you came into my life, you took my breath away.
You know, I don't have a foot fetish, but I think she has the most beautiful feet in the world of skating. Pointed, turned out, stretched, beautifully lined with skating.
Well, both of those thoughts are good to know.
Unfortunately, you can't see her legs as well with this particular costume, but she has spectacular stretch.
When you came into my life, you took my breath away. And the world so turned around for your love. When you came into my life, you took my breath away.
They make all these inventive moves look so easy and smooth. These transitions are wonderful.
I must say they do make an impression on the ice.
Great success with their former partners, and now well on their way to the same together. Maya Usova and Yevgeny Platov. For the last time ABC's Wide World of Sports came to Buffalo, it was 1971, and Janet Lynn was the star.
A jump combination, a one-foot axel, mazurka, a double axel, an inside axel, and a double loop. The final move, a fast scratch spin.
The third of 5 national titles for Janet Lynn. And coming up next, Liz Manley of Canada, whose finest moment came in her home country in 1988 in the Calgary Olympics.
Sit tight on that. If she can maintain this.
Most people were focused on the battle between Katarina Witt and Debbie Thomas, but Manley won the free skate and captured the silver medal.
What a great night for her. What a wonderful thing in your home country. She did it. She did it.
Ah, nice, nice, nice.
I was in so much shock, and I think during the number, I was so focused that I don't remember a lot of what was going on around me. So, but they say that's when the ultimate victory or the ultimate performance comes out, is when you can't remember it.
She was in the zone, as they call it. She may not remember much of it, but figure skating fans remember it well.
Champion and Olympic silver medalist from Canada, Elizabeth Manley.
Not only the Olympic silver medal that year, but also a silver medal at the World Championships in '88. And the Queen of Ice in Canada, Liz Manley.
But she's always been known for putting energy and personality into her numbers. When the music starts, she's out of the gate and down the track.
You may win, you may lose. No matter what the choice, you're gonna have to do. Keeping up with the Joneses.
Elizabeth Manley is one of the best athletes Canadian skating has ever produced. An extraordinary jumper and a great spinner. Look at the centering of this spin. Very nice.
A lot of wonderful dance steps in this number. Has lots of energy. Fun number.
Very nice. Very nice.
Well, she lives in Las Vegas now and trains there. Just a little Vegas in this performance here. Liz Manley, the Queen of Ice from Canada and the '88 silver medalist at the Olympics. And when we return to Buffalo, Rudy Galindo, the '96 U.S. champion, who reminded us in San Jose why they call it the kiss and cry area. The streaks have died down, but Rudy will take the ice here in Buffalo when we come back to Champions on Ice.
He is the 1996 United States national champion and a world bronze medalist, Rudy Galindo.
The world bronze medalist from '96, the national champion that year, Rudy Galindo, and you can guess the music, the Village People.
Well, this number has become a signature piece for him. It really celebrates Rudy.
Put your mind at ease. Pull and understand. Can't you see? Come on, protect the motherland. Come on and join your fellow man. Come on, pull and understand. Baby.
There it goes.
He's just warming up.
He's one of the few skaters that has a real sense of humor about himself and totally comfortable with himself and his technique, and that's why this number is so good.
He has so much fun. The whole audience is doing YMCA.
And on top of that, he's a heck of a good technician. Look at the stretch and the position here. That's the best in the business. Hey, good for you.
Well, you know, Dick, Dennis Rodman's out of a job right now. He's come out here making a pairs routine.
Absolutely, and why not?
He had the whole house doing a YMCA number, and now a standing ovation for Rudy Galindo.
It's an old number. We've seen it 1,000 times, and I'll tell you something, everybody still likes it.
Welcome back inside the Marine Midland Arena, along with a collection of skating's greatest stars who have come to Buffalo for the 1999 Champions on Ice Tour. Hello again and welcome everybody, along with Peggy Fleming and Dick Button. I'm Terry Gannon. Imagine, if you will, an NBA All-Star game that travels to 45 cities over the course of 3 months and plays to packed houses all over the country. In effect, that's what this Champions on Ice Tour is all about. An all-star lineup that has already been through the rigors of a long competitive season and now is taken to the road once again to perform. And we have the chance to watch and enjoy now. And Peggy, maybe a fitting end to our coverage of a season that has been full of surprises.
Oh, it sure has, Terry. It's been a season of upsets and triumphs, most notably at the recent World Championships at Helsinki, where a stunning upset took place. Michelle Kwan, in an uncharacteristic week of flawed performances, unlatched the door for Maria Budorskaya, who finally walked through it to her first world title. And for me, one of the most exciting moments came at the national championship when 13-year-old Naomi Narinam brought down the house with her energy and personality. And another 13-year-old American, Sarah Hughes, demonstrated a competitiveness that took her to a 7th place finish at her first Worlds. This sport is forever changing and growing, and from what I've seen this year, the future of U.S. figure skating is in excellent shape. But for me, the real highlight of the season was the birth of my first grandson, Miles Andrew Jenkins.
What are you, Peggy, are you telling me that all year long I have been commentating with a grandmother?
Great so.
I'm just kidding. I knew it all the time. She brought so many photographs to each and every competition that we finally had to stop it. But as long as we're reminiscing about the year in skating, let me list a few of my favorite things. First, there were the spirals of Michelle Kwan and the explosion of quadruple jumps. Both represented athleticism and artistry, and that's what skating's all about. And maybe for me, my favorite moment was the video of the Russian judge at the Worlds tapping his toe to signal the Ukrainian judge whom he had put first, and getting them both thrown out of judging. And then this year, the ruling bodies of figure skating experimented with bringing professionals and amateurs together competitively in a much larger sense. It's been a crazy year, and this exhibition of great skaters is the perfect way to end it.
The exhibition continues with a skater who in 1994 shocked much of the skating world with a win at the Lillehammer Olympics. Oksana Baiul was just 16 years of age. She had spent much of her childhood without the guidance of both of her parents. The win in Lillehammer was an emotional one, to say the least.
My two coaches, they were like sitting next to me and they were like, come on, Oksana, do not cry, please, please. And when I see the marks, I couldn't stop. I mean, it was just really like relief was coming out from inside. And I was just like, yes, yes, I did that, I did that. It was great.
Unfortunately, her success brought immense pressure and challenges, including a battle with alcoholism.
The alcoholism addiction, it's a sickness and it can't be behind. It's always there inside of me. And the only one way how you can control that of not picking up the drink. The life what I was living, everything was like really screwing. You know, everything was like any aspect of my life was screwed up, you know, because of the alcohol. I will have a year since I haven't touched a drink. I've come a long way, and I'm very proud of myself.
The shadow knows. Do you know who's lurking in the wings, ready to take the ice here in Buffalo? I have to wait to find out. We'll come back in a moment.
She is the 1994 Olympic gold medalist. From Ukraine, Oksana Baiul.
She overcame so much adversity to win her gold medal in '94, and now a challenge every day for Oksana Baiul, who is back on the right track. She takes the ice here in Buffalo.
Skating to the music of Johann Sebastian Bach. One of the most supple skaters.
When you watch her skate, it's like you're looking into her soul.
Look at the speed. She has not only one of the most classical styles of skating, she also has the most expressive eyes.
is so expressive.
She, you know, remains one of really the finest skaters. She sometimes has trouble with her technique. It isn't always solid, but she moves like a dream. She is so flexible, so expressive, so lyrical, and she's always a joy to watch.
Well, those eyes have been a window to a troubled soul the last few years, and everyone in the skating world hoping that she's back on the right track. Oksana Baiul of Ukraine. Well, they say
he's a two-time Olympic bronze medalist. From France, Philippe Candeloro.
You know, oddly enough, Philippe Candeloro has never won a major international championship, but there's no disputing the fact that he's one of the greatest showmen in figure skating.
He has had two spectacular wins, and both were the single most important wins they could be. They were bronze medalists in the two Olympic Games that he was in. He was 9th and 3rd and 5th and 9th and 2nd and 14th in the World Championship. But when those Olympics came up, he was 3rd with the best performances of his life. Look at how he milks the crowd here every inch of the way.
This program was a highlight of his career. It's his Olympic free skate program, but with less technical elements in it. And it's wonderful.
The music is from the Three Musketeers. Personality. He likes following through with the character that he chooses from beginning to end.
And he's very comfortable with it.
This number, as successful as his original number, The Godfather, that won him his first bronze medal.
That made that ladies' night.
as though he didn't calculate exactly who was there.
He is quite the actor out on the ice. And this is the flair of Philippe.
He does have fun with it. If he's not taking off his clothes or playing the Godfather or one of the Three Musketeers, he's doing something else.
Maybe the biggest upset of the day, we didn't see the shirt come off while he was on the ice.
It's not over with yet.
You got a point. The four-time French national champion. Tell it all, he's got the French flair, can you?
Yeah.
Philippe Candeloro. And coming up next from France, we go to Russia. Yelena Berezhnaya and Anton Sikaridlidze. And this is how the top pair in the world prepares to take the ice. From billiards to darts. They're coming off a season that saw them capture their second straight gold medal at the World Championships. And it was an emotional one recently in Helsinki. They'll skate when we come back to Buffalo.
They are two-time World Pairs champions. From Russia, Yelena Berezhnaya and Anton Sikaridlidze.
They have earned their place in the long line of great Russian pairs. The two-time world champions now, Yelena Berezhnaya and Anton Sikaridlidze.
And there's a tender, lyrical quality about their skating.
To find the unbeatable force, to bear with unbearable sorrow, and to
Beautiful. Forward, inside, death spiral. She has such long limbs that it's hard to believe that their difference in height is over 1 foot. She being 4'11" and a half, and he being 6 foot. They match beautifully.
He gives that continuous stretch and makes them look like they have an even longer line. Beautiful throw, triple Stojko. this unusual lip. Look at the split and the extension. Very difficult to get in and out of these different lips. They make it look so easy.
I love the way she turns this split. Look at the way the front and back legs turn against each other. One vertical, one parallel to the ice. Requires great flexibility. She's beautiful.
Yes.
They both are.
The music certainly fitting too for Yelena, who at one point lay in a hospital bed with a fractured skull, not knowing whether she would speak again or walk again. And here she is, a two-time world champion. Yelena Berezhnaya and Anton Sikiragidze of Russia. And when we come back, another Russian champion takes the ice. Maria Butirskaya, who was also thankful for a great competitive season. The win in Helsinki at the World Championships even more satisfying for Maria, where many critics are now silent. She'll take the ice in Buffalo right after this message.
World champion from Russia, Maria Butirskaya.
Not a bad couple of seasons. 2 European titles, and of course a World Championship in Helsinki over Michelle Kwan. Here's 26-year-old Maria Butirskaya.
And the best looking, oldest world skating champion ever.
Be careful now.
Well, Maria proved herself a durable, much more durable than the critics ever imagined. She was given an unbelievable opportunity, and she didn't let it slip away.
I must say I love her for her tenacity and her willingness to stick to it and not let adversity affect her or deter her from what her goals were. She deserves a big hand for that alone.
Many years after they told her she wasn't going to amount to anything on the ice and to quit skating, she persevered, won 6 Russian national championships. Maria Butirskaya. Well, the parade of champions from Russia continues. Up next, Alexei Yagudin, the men's world champion, who used a powerful quad jump to propel him to the top step of the podium in Helsinki. Now the 2-time and reigning world title holder. He is still only 19 years of age. He'll skate when we come back.
He's a 2-time world champion. From Russia, Alexei Yagudin.
Only 19 years old and now the world champion twice over. Here is Alexei Yagudin of Russia.
This Russian circus music is the short program that he used competitively this past winter. He always has fun with his numbers, and he always puts a certain amount of interpretation, a theme to them. This one, the circus theme.
Lives and trains in St. Petersburg, Russia, at least he used to. Now he's in America and seeing much of it on this tour over the course of the next 3 months. 19-year-old Alexei Yagudin. The gold medal memories for Michelle Kwan began in 1996 at the U.S. National Championships in San Jose, the site of her first gold medal. Made even more special because Michelle was able to share it with her sister, Karen.
I skated before my sister. So after I skated, I tried not to celebrate too much because I didn't want to distract my sister. But when everybody was finished, everybody skated, I sort of burst out like, yay, I won. And it was a big celebration because my sister had skated very well, and so had I, and came home with a title.
And Michelle would go on to win the world title, the first of 2, later that season. Her sister has always been extremely supportive and a role model. Karen is now a junior in college, and Michelle will follow in her collegiate footsteps as she goes to UCLA this fall.
I'm so excited when I got the acceptance letter. First it was a big envelope, so I was like, okay, good sign, good sign. And I tore it open, and I was so thrilled to be accepted.
No doubt the most celebrated incoming freshman in Westwood since Lou Alcindor. Too bad there's not a figure skating team for the Bruins.
She's a two-time world champion and the 1998 Olympic silver medalist, Michelle Kwan.
She may have lost her world title in Helsinki recently, but there's no question that she is still the finest artist on ice that figure skating has. Michelle Kwan.
And like every champion, I think Michelle feeds off of success. But what's special about her is that unshakable sense of reality.
Nothing I must do. Nowhere I should be. No one in my life to answer to but me. No more candlelight. No more purple skies. No one to be near. As my heart slowly dies.
Nice triple flip.
She interweaves spirals so effortlessly throughout the program. They're one of her trademarks. She does it with great care.
And she really uses the power of music to accentuate all these things.
Memorized your face. I know your touch by heart. Still lost in your embrace. I dream of where you If I could hold you one more time, like in the days when you were,
Beautiful stretch.
I'd look at you till I was blind, so you would stay. I'd say I pray each time you smile. We don't like a child. I'd stop the world hold you one more time. One more
I always enjoy the beautiful emotion she gives numbers. She just makes you feel like she's very fulfilled when she gets out there and performs. She's wonderful.
And very soon she'll become the best-known athlete on the UCLA campus. She becomes a Bruin in the fall. Michelle Kwan, 18 years of age, still more challenges ahead for her. When we come back, the final skater of the event here in Buffalo takes the ice. The '88 Olympic champion, Brian Boitano, who will never forget the satisfaction and relief of that final moment on the ice in Calgary.
My favorite memory of the '88 Olympics is definitely my final position. At that moment, when I clenched my fists, I knew I'd done the job that I needed to do, and it was going to be tough to beat that. I really felt at that moment that because of the way that I skated, it would be really tough for anyone to beat it, and that's what I wanted to give. I wanted to give a performance that I knew that would be tough to beat. It was so powerful because it was because of the performance that I gave. It was like a dream. It was the performance I've always dreamed of, and there's no better feeling to be than that moment that you finish and you're like, I did it. It's over. I did it.
He's a six-time world professional champion and Olympic gold medalist, Brian Boitano.
Not only an Olympic gold medalist, but one of our colleagues here at ABC Sports, and wearing, appropriately enough, a Rat Pack sweater. Here's Brian Boitano.
And he's skating to Frank Sinatra, a medley.
It's very
Putting two
nice
Italian legends together again.
To Paris, London, and Rome. It's oh so nice to go traveling, but it's so much nicer, yes, it's so much nicer to come home. It's very nice to be footloose with just a toothbrush and comb. It's oh so nice to be footloose, but your heart starts singing when you're homeward winging across the foam. And you know your fate.
There's such a solidity to his skating. He's been wonderfully professional, solidly professional.
All you contemplate is the view from Miss Liberty's dome. It's very nice to go traveling, but it's oh so nice to come home. No more packing and unpacking. Around the world I've searched for you. I traveled on when hope was gone to keep a rendezvous. I knew somewhere, sometime, somehow you'd look at me and I would see the smile you're smiling.
Isn't there an influence of Gene Kelly here? Such wonderful music.
I think Brian has such pride in his work, and at every performance he gives it full attention because he respects this sport so much.
For I have found my world in you. say the words and we'll beat the birds down to Acapulco Bay. It's perfect for a flying honeymoon, they say. Come fly with me, let's fly, let's fly. Pack up, let's fly away.
Oh, wonderful. Doesn't he have great height flair? I must say, I like this number. I like the music. And I like his skating.
The headliner wherever he skates, and for good reason. More than 50 titles throughout his career, including 6 World Professional Championships. Brian Boitano. Nobody better. So as he waves goodbye, so do we. But not before all of these champions take the ice one final time in Buffalo. And our entire ABC Sports figure skating crew. I'm Terry Gannon. Thanks for being a part of another outstanding figure skating season here on ABC Sports. Goodbye from Buffalo. We'll see you again in the fall. And remember, ABC Sports is online at ESPN.com, part of the GO Network. This has been a presentation of ABC Sports, continuing the tradition of excellence.
It was fabulous. Oh, Oscar goes to me.